Skyrim has plenty of fun and unique weapons to keep each playthrough interesting. From weapons like Ariel's bow or the Staff of Magnus, everyone has their favorite one. But what about the ones that are out of the way and most people will not even know they exist? And what is up guys, and from the Denmen here, and today we'll be going over my top 5 most hidden weapons in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. So if you're excited, make sure you hit that like button and comment some of your favorite hidden weapons or details in the game. And don't forget to stick around to the end of the video because we have a hidden 6th one for those with the Anniversary Edition. But with that being said, we have a lot to go over, so get comfy, grab that bottle of Blackbriar mead, and let's get right into the video. Alright, so coming in at our number 5 spot, we have the only blue glass sword in the game, Chillrend. This weapon can actually be acquired when playing Oblivion by doing the Killing Fields quest in Coral. How you obtain it in Skyrim though is a little bit different. You will find it in Mercer Frey's house when going through the Thieves Guild questline. When inside the house, go through the fake display case, then down into the tunnels. At the end of it, there will be Chillrend's display case, and all that is left is for you to pick the lock and take the weapon. As I said before, Chillrend is unique in that it is the only blue glass sword, and it also seems to emit some type of frost to give you the feeling that it is ice cold. The base damage of it is 15, which is 3 higher than a normal glass sword. Its carry weight is also 2 higher than that of a glass sword, so don't mistake it for a normal weapon. The enchantment for it deals out frost damage depending on what level you get it at. If you acquire it before level 11, it will only be 5 points of frost damage, but it can scale all the way up to 30 points when the Dragonborn is level 46. So you should definitely take that into consideration when going through the Thieves Guild questline. The secondary perk to it makes whoever is hit by Chillrend have a chance to be paralyzed for 2 seconds no matter what level you get it at. And this becomes very useful at the earlier levels of the game. All of these unique perks make it a weapon worthwhile to get and one that every player should give a try. Moving on to our number 4 spot, we have the exact same weapon that nearly chopped off the Dragonborn's head. It would be the Headsman Axe. This one is a little bit more difficult to acquire than Chillrend, and not a lot of people know that you can get it to begin with. When you first walk into Solitude, there will be an execution happening. This is the weapon that we are trying to get. The man wielding the weapon's name is Atar, and he can become your follower if you help him out. You can either find him in Jala's house, the Castle Tower dungeon, or just roaming around the streets of the city. After you talk to him, he will ask you to kill a bandit leader for him. It could be a number of locations, so all you have to do is just run through the hideout. Once you return from your mission, he can become your follower and you could just take the axe from his inventory. What makes this such a unique weapon is that it has the longest hit distance for any melee weapon. The base damage for the Headsman Axe is 17, which is 1 less than a steel battle axe and 1 higher than an iron one. There are only 2 of these types of weapons that you can find in Skyrim. One of them being in the first scene at Helgen, and the other being found on Atar. There is no unique enchantment that is on the weapon and can't be upgraded at a smithing station, so it really just becomes something for the collection. It looks really good, and there is not any weapon with the same model, so that is why it lands at our number 4 spot. Next up is one of those curved swords the guards are always talking about. We have the Scimitar Windshear. You acquire this weapon from playing through the Dark Brotherhood storyline all the way up to the quest where you assassinate the Emperor. On the ship known as the Kataraya at the head of the boat, you will find it on a beam. Pretty simple to get and one of the best weapons in the game. The unique perk on it makes bash attacks with this have a chance to knock enemies down. As you probably know though, it is bugged with it being a 100% chance to stagger on every hit. With this happening, Windshear now becomes one of, if not the best weapon to use in the game for the enchantment alone. The base damage of 11 is not that much different from a glass sword with it being below by 1. To upgrade the weapon, all you need to do is to have a steel ingot and go to a grindstone. You will need the steel smithing perk if you want to improve it further, but you got that really early, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. This is one of the easiest weapons to use in the game, and that is why it sits at our number 3 spot. At the College of Winterhold, we will find the quest Arniel's Endeavor, and within that quest, we get the ancient dagger Keening, used by Kagranak himself. To get the weapon, talk to Arniel and he will task you with the quest Arniel's Endeavor. Just follow the quest all the way through and Keening will be given to the player. The dagger itself has a base damage of 8 and it's the same as an elven dagger. The weight is also the same for both Keening and an elven dagger with it being 4. The enchantment of it has a chance to absorb 10 points of stamina, magicka, and health on each hit. This is very useful for a dagger with its fast attack speed. Overall, the weapon might not be that useful at the end game, but it has a unique design that is great for people that have a collection. Most people will never have this weapon because it takes going back and forth to Arniel and one that a lot of people don't know about. All of this combined makes it a fun weapon to acquire and the reason it sits at our number 2 spot. So before we get into our number 1 spot, I want to take a look at a weapon from the Creation Club with Hope's Fire. This weapon can be found doing the Ghost of the Tribunal questline on Solstheim. All you have to do is read the dossier at the Temple of Ravenrock and just follow the quest steps from there. The actual weapon itself has a base damage of 17 with the special enchantment of 30 points of shock damage along with taking half as much magicka damage as well. The damage itself is higher than that of a dragon bone sword, which makes it viable in the endgame, so on top of it being a pretty secret quest, it also is one of the better ones in the game. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we actually have a combination of 2 weapons. They herald from the island of Solstheim and they are known as Soul Render and Blood Scythe. To start off the quest, you will need to be level 36 or higher and read the book Deathbrand. The quest will take you on a treasure hunt through the island of Solstheim. It will conclude in Gildenhold Barrow where you have acquired all of the armor and have to face off against Haknir Deathbrand himself. There, you will get the scimitars Soul Render and Blood Scythe. Each has their own unique enchantment that can only work when they are paired together. Soul Render has the ability to absorb the target's magicka for 15 points and weaken their magical defenses. Blood Scythe, on the other hand, absorbs 15 points of health and a chance to weaken the target's armor. Each becomes a very powerful weapon to use when wielded together, so take that into consideration on what build you want. When used with the Deathbrand armor, it gives a big boost to one-handed weapons for each piece of armor is equipped, and works well with both Soul Render and Blood Scythe. These are both very viable in the later stages of a playthrough, so make sure you guys give it a try. They are also very fun and unique weapons, and that is why they are at our number 1 spot. Skyrim is the type of game that feels like it will live on forever. There are just so many layers to this game, and weapons like these where you can just stumble across them just makes it that much better. I mean, it is just easy to see Skyrim to this day being one of the biggest and most innovative games of all time. From the exploration, to the world building, and yes, to the weapons themselves, these are what really shapes Skyrim into what it is. Skyrim as a whole has transcended its boundaries by becoming one of the most historic games of all time. It is truly a piece of art that could be played over and over again with a different experience every time. Weapons like Chillrun and Keening just bring me to that conclusion even more, and I can't wait to see what else I can find in the snowy peaks and deep forest of Skyrim. But that is all for me now though, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment any videos you want to see in the future, and I'll see you all next time.